Hi everyone, Mr. Peabody here, and I'm just going to give you my opinion of Knives Out. It's actually not a bad movie. Um, the first part of the movie, eh, that was tedious, and I honestly didn't think I was going to get through the first 5 minutes. But I thought, no, I'll plod along. I'll plod along. There's a little bit of confusion because a couple of the actresses in this movie, they look very similar. So when they dance between scenes between both of them, it's like you're trying to follow what's going on, but you learn that you, as you go through the movie, you obviously can tell the difference. But right at the start, it got a little bit tricky. It's like, where did they get all these people from the same family? But yeah, this first part of the movie, they're just throwing names at you, as in the actors that are playing the parts. It's like, look at this person, we've got this person in the movie. Look at this person, and now we've got this person. And by the way, over in the background, there's that other person. So that was a bit eh. And I don't really like all the actors they actually had in there, but whatever, they did their job. Right? They played the part, they did their job. There was no real bad or good acting from them. It was just like, this is our script, we're going to go for this. The script was not bad. The way they laid it out was a little bit weird, but sort of good, because in order to latch on to your main character, which is Marta is your main character. In order to latch onto her, you have to know what she's about. So, uh, about a third of the way through the movie, they lay it all out for you, and now you've got this storyline, and so you know what's happened, you know where she's coming from, and then you go through the rest of the movie to figure out what other things are coming into play. It was quite clever, and I would say that this is the genre that Ryan Johnson should stick to, because this is the genre where you do subvert expectations and you do throw people under the bus, and you can throw in wacky stuff all over the place, because it's a one-off film. Obviously they can't make a sequel. It's basically a one-off. So that's the kind of movie he should stick to. Did he do a good job of writing it? Yeah, pretty good job of writing it. Directing it, I figured he borrowed too much from other people, especially with certain scenes. It's like, oh, come on, that's the scene from that movie, or that's the scene from that movie, and he does that all the way through it. But he probably did it on purpose. Also, he throws in a few comments in the movie. I don't know if he wrote it before or after The Last Jedi, and the backlash that happened after the Last Jedi, or if he added it into the script after the backlash. But he did add some things in reference to social media and the kind of people that you get in social media, and sort of backlash stuff. He threw in some stuff there where he was making social comments that was coming through the actors, that you sort of like were starting to dance around thinking, where should I step so I don't step in the fire? Because as they just a few lines in the movie is like, oh, um, but yeah, all in all, not a bad movie. Uh, I will say this: I don't know why, but through the whole movie, you've got this whole Game of Thrones reference. Instead of a throne of swords, it's a chair with the backrest being all these knives. Very, very similar, sort of visually, and they showed that through the whole movie. And it's like, why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing this? Can't you go on your own little story? You have to bring in something else. But basically, it's a basic whodunit. The genre is nothing new. and I think parts of it were clever. Did I think it was a great movie? No. Did I think it was an okay movie? Yes. Did I find it entertaining? Yes, I did. Once I got past the first parts that I really didn't like, then I did get into the movie. And once you get into it, you have to follow it through all the way. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. It's not a bad movie. There is a little bit of a kicker at the end, but the kicker at the end is negated by something they tell you earlier on in the film. So something happens, and the outcome of what happens is not the outcome that you expected, because you were already told earlier in the film what was going to happen. Anyway, that's it. Take care. See you later.